Happy Thanksgiving and welcome back to the Fox 25 Morning News. We are here to talk high school football today. Who better to do that with than Mike Grossi of the Boston Globe? A lot of games on the docket today, and I want you to break down several of them. One of which, by the way, is this Bedford-Concord-Carlisle game. We'll get to that in a second. First, Brockton playing today, although they weren't supposed to be.
Yep. They some weather concerns from yesterday, so they postponed it for today against Bridgewater Raynham.
What the hell is Brockton doing playing on a Wednesday night before Thanksgiving anyway? That makes no sense to me.
I have no idea.
What's the big game you're looking for today?
The big game, BC High against Catholic Memorial. It's huge rivalry between the two schools. They're playing for the Catholic Conference crown as well as a Division I playoff spot. BC High has a really good offense as well as
they got
a
an
top
injured
defense.
Running back, right?
True. Preston Cooper is out. He's been out for the past couple of weeks. They haven't really skipped a beat. And Catholic Memorial, on the other hand, is really explosive. Armani Reeves, an athlete who's committed to Penn State, he's just one of the top players in the state.
So that one's obviously going to be a big tilt. This one here today at Concord-Carlisle, big. I know you're a Lexington High guy, but Concord-Carlisle 10-0, one of probably the five best teams in the state, I would think. They lose to Bedford today, and they're out.
Yes, yeah. It's one of the reasons why they're trying to make a new playoff proposal in the MIAA, so that 10-1 teams can make it in, so that more teams can make it.
This game has a lot more meaning today as a result of that. And I like it. Look, you got to win your division if you're in your conference. You don't do that, why should you be in the playoffs? So I don't know. I kind of like the way this is working out.
Well, you have wild cards in the NFL, so.
Does Bedford have any shot today?
They do. They have to play really aggressively, especially on defense. They have to get in there and stop this running attack from Concord-Carlisle, which is
no
one
one's
of the
been
tops
able to do.
No. They have a three-headed monster, Concord-Carlisle. George Cran, who has 17 touchdowns, Taekwon Callbreath, who has 12, and Tim Badgley, who has 8. So they just have to rely on their assignments and just play solid football on defense, and that's the only way.
And hope the football gods are smiling.
Oh, yeah.
On them. D.Y. Nauset down there on the Cape, Dennis Yarmouth, undefeated. Could be the first time in 50 years they go undefeated, but Nauset's no slouch this year.
No, it's they're a surprise team. They played an independent schedule last year. They weren't part of the Atlantic Coast League, which is what they're playing for their title right now, and a Division IIA playoff spot. They have a really talented defensive lineman, Brendan Bal-Santos, who is just a monster on the field as well as on the wrestling mat. And he's going to have a pretty big game getting pressure on DY quarterback Matt Montalto. So
some of the smaller ones, not necessarily the playoff implications that you're looking for. I know you love the Eastie-Southie game.
Oh, yeah, that one does have playoff implications. The winner will go to the Division IVA playoffs, and it's a pretty big rivalry within the city. 94th meeting, and the games have been pretty close, 45, 42, and 6 in favor of East Boston.
The Latin English game, just because.
Yeah, oldest continuous rivalry in the nation, but Boston Latin has won just so many of those games. It's not as much of
English has like 15 kids in the team, I think, something like that.
The last time I heard.
God love them. Good luck.
They try.
Finally, we'll head up north. We got Swampscott Marblehead. Seems like every year it comes down to this game for those guys.
Yeah. They're just two very consistent programs, and that's what they build on. So, Swampscott has one of the best quarterbacks in the state, and Marblehead.
I think Everett still would lay claim on there.
Yeah, Marblehead. They're going to have to get pressure on him, as well as hand the ball to Will Quigley, who's a pretty good running back, and control the clock so that they can take out Swampscott, which is 9-1.
And they're telling me right here you're calling for the Cambridge upset of Everett this year. Wow, that's going out on a limb.
Hey, you never know. Rivalries.
Yes, you do know.
Thanksgiving, it's you play for pride.
That's what they will be playing for, not a win. Mike Grossi, great to see you.
Thanks for having me, BB.
Remind you guys, of course, tonight at 10:30, we have all your high school football coverage. We're covering all the games. We got cameras everywhere. Half-hour special tonight. You definitely don't want to miss that.